What up people, it's Richard again, and today I'm back to check out another device with you. This is a small, stealthy looking device I have in my hand here. That's going to fire up to 75 watts in power mode. In temperature, it goes up to 50 joules. You've guessed it, it's yet another temperature control device, which is very common nowadays. All these regulator devices that gets released comes with temperature control for your nickel builds, plus also titanium, as well as it's gaining its popularity in the vape world. And this device has actually evolved from another device called the IPV Mini V2. Only difference is this one is a lot smaller and lighter in weight. Let me just take a toke and show you how it performs. Really nice, really comfortable vape. Let's go ahead and check out the IPV D2 by Pioneer for you. Really nice, small, dinky little fella. Anyway, just so you know, this is a test unit that was sent to me by Pioneer for you, and I'm not sure if there's going to be any more improvements or upgrades with the retail version, but nevertheless, you know, still, at least it's going to give you a very good impression of what this device is all about, and when you buy it, you know what to expect. Okay, so to start with, the IPV D2 uses the Yihi SX130H chipset. Wow, the minute everybody hears Yihi, whoa! So yes, Yihi chipsets have become quite popular because of the accuracy when it comes to temperature control. As usual, you know the drill. Fires up from 7 to 75 watts in watts mode, and in joules from 10 to 50 joules. Standard minimum resistance is 0.2 ohms for Kentha wires. Temperature control mode, whether you're using titanium or nickel builds, the minimum resistance is 0.05 ohms. Temperature ranges from 200 to 580 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Celsius you have an option to change to Celsius, 100 to 300 degrees Celsius. Usual safety protection, like, you know, reverse battery protection and things like that, overheat and so forth. Okay, so without wasting any more time, let's go ahead, dive down, check this baby up close, and then come back. We're going to vape on it and talk about it. I'll leave you with my thoughts. Catch you later. Do a little bit of unboxing here, and I presume this is going to be the same box that you'd get in the retail version, a white box like that. That says IPV D2, graphic of the box mod in there. IPV at the side printed, box mod printed here, Pioneer for you, and here you have your color coding, black and silver. So I take it initially everything is going to come up in the black version, and later on they'll have the silver color. Alright, so underneath you have Pioneer for you logo, IPV, and this is the power mode, 7 watt to 75 watts maximum. Caution, this is not a toy, so please do keep it away from children. Opening up the cover, you have a user manual, which is pretty helpful. Tells you about the features, specifications of the device, little graphic here, settings, teach you how to work the settings and things like that. And at the back, there you have it. A little nice caution note here, which I've actually highlighted it myself, just to tell you that if you connect the USB interface to DC 4.5 volts to DC 5.5 volts 1 amp adapter, that's for charging the device using this barrel jack cable. Okay, this little barrel jack here looks like a little barrel. It's not your usual micro USB charger, so you have to use this to charge the device with if you want to. And you have to use an adapter. You cannot just plug this into your computer or straight into the wall plug, and you are going to burn the device. Okay, so this is a little caution note here to tell you what kind of adapter that you need to use. And if you're not sure, take this along together with the barrel jack cable to an electrician and ask him. Alright, so the input alternating current or input voltage higher than DC 5.5 volts is prohibited. Otherwise, we will not be responsible for any damages or other problems that might cause. So that's a neat little caution note there for you, just in case before you want to plan to plug this into the device and straight into your computer or your wall socket. No, don't do that, alright? I would highly recommend for you to just take this barrel jack, put it back nicely inside, close up the box, and use an external charger to charge the device. It's a lot safer charging your batteries with an external charger. That's my recommendation. You have a little card in there, which is your QC Pass certification card, quality control, which is very reassuring. And of course you have the IPV D2 device, all black. Everything is black except for these little white markings here, and these are the only markings that's in white. The Pioneer for You logo as well. And closer still, zooming in, we're going to take an all-round look of the device, which is very, very sleek, stealthy, and small. Fits into the palm of your hands very nicely. The palm of your hands can actually just cover up the entire device. That's how small it is. And it's flattened out here, just for you to hold it nicely to let you have a nice grip to the device. Here, curved on two ends here, where it's nice because when you screw down your atomizer, it goes very nicely along with your atomizer. Okay, so let's just take this out and continue having a look all around. And right on top you have your 510 pin there, flathead screwdriver, but I strongly do not suggest you make any adjustments with the flathead screw, because from what I believe, there is your positive wire that is normally soldered onto the 510 pin there. So if you start turning it, you're going to wind the wire inside and break the connection or the wire. So you don't want to damage that. So just leave it alone, because I think this is actually a spring-loaded pin, which is going up and down like that. So you shouldn't have any problem making connection with your atomizers. Right? So that's your contact pin there. Your firing button, you have a little display screen here that is recessed in, so it's nice because if you accidentally drop it, it's not going to crack your display screen by any way. Okay, so it's recessed inside, very nice. And right at the back there, that's where the charge port is. It's round, it's got a little pin right there in the center, and that is for your barrel jack cable. Okay, vent holes for your battery in case your battery in the unlikely event needs to vent, and you have a little marking here that says very clearly DC 5 volts, so you don't go anything more than 5 volts, otherwise it'll burn your device or your chipset. And to open up the battery compartment, all you got to do is just hold your device, pull either all the way down, or you could pull it halfway. Just pull it off like that, and that'll do either way. Right here you have a little ball bearing on each side. So this ball bearing actually sits into this little groove here. There's a little notch or a groove that goes, a little short distance from the edge, and that's where the ball bearing sits nicely and clicks in place, holding the entire device and the battery compartment. Okay, so this is your battery compartment here. This is a test model where they send out to reviewers. You have your hex screws here to hold down this portion where you have the chip embedded in there, and you have a holographic sticker for authenticity, a little ribbon here for you to put your battery seated right on top, so when you tug it, the battery comes off. You don't have to keep banging the device against your hand. It might damage the chip in there, so this ribbon helps a lot, makes life so much easier. Right in there, if you look closer, you have a little graphic of design of a battery to give you the right orientation to put your battery in. The positive here and your negative will be here. Alright, so make sure you put the battery in the right direction. Let's get a battery right now. So this goes here, and your battery will actually sit on top of the ribbon. Put in your negative first, because this has got this little negative contact here where it's springy. Negative in first. Once you've gone in, you see it's lighted up Pioneer for You. and I'm going to take out the battery again. I just remembered to test something with you just out of curiosity, because this device is actually using the Yihi SX130H chipset. So if you want to check for authentication where it's the Yihi SX130H chipset, all you got to do is just hold on to the firing button, keep it held down, and then get your battery and push it in and keep it held down still. Wait for a while, and that goes SX130H version 2.0. So you know for sure in there that's the chip, the Yihi chip. Alright, let it go and it goes off. Okay, so let's put our battery cover back. Pioneer for You logo facing downwards. Either just push it, push it up. Now let's try and work the settings here. I'm going to bring it closer. 5 clicks to turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you have the Pioneer for You logo, IPV D2, and you have your wattage in power mode, 7 watts, volts, and resistance at the bottom, battery indicator there. And let's turn it on again. So start from 7 volts. This is your up button, this is your down button. 7.1 all the way right up to 75. Scrolls really fast, which is kind of nice as well. So 75 watts there, and if you click 5 times, you go into the settings menu, power mode, click button, it goes to joule. So if you want to use on temperature control, you go into joule mode, press it, Fahrenheit unit, and that's where you set your temperature from 212 degrees Fahrenheit. It goes up all the way to 572 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so let's set it, let's say at 400. You want to set it at 400, just go all the way down and adjust it to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and there you go, that's the temperature. Hit the firing button, it goes to the next item, which is your coil. Either you can use nickel builds or your titanium builds, TiO1. That's for titanium, and that's for nickel, Ni200 wires. Click it one more time, I'll keep it at nickel build. Exit. If you click any of these buttons, it takes you back to the main screen. Okay. System off, click any of these buttons, the up or down button, and you off the entire system. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to go back to the main screen, which is, sorry, I've paused it. Exit on, click it, and it goes back to your main screen. So as you can see, I'm on temperature mode right now, 50 joules, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, your resistance and the battery indicator. Click it down, goes all the way from 50 to 10 joules. Alright, so normally I would be firing it at 25 to 30 joules. I'm going to just set it there. Maybe 26, just leave it at any number first. Alright. If you put in an atomizer with temperature control, the first thing what you want to do, let's say I've got this, my velocity is with nickel coil. I'm going to put in, and first thing you want to do once you put in a fresh atomizer on nickel build, you want to just lock in your resistance by pressing the up and down button. Alright, I'm going to try and press it so you can have a look at it. Press it down together and you've locked it at 0.148 ohms. So that's the resistance. 0.148 ohms is my resistance in there. And my velocity RDA, which I've got a nickel built in there. Alright, so something I found out with this is, let's say I'm firing it at 26 joules, 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to just bring it closer to show you. 0.14 ohms. If I fire it, the ohm starts to go up, the resistance starts to go up, and it stays at 0.25. Alright, when I kick it up again, it just keeps going up. It doesn't go back to 0.148 or 147, which is what I was locked in earlier. Okay, so if I lock it again, it's going to give me another reading. So I'm just going to do that right now. 0.183. So it's changed again. right? So there's a bit of inconsistency here with the Yihi chip. So besides that, it works fine. It still vapes, you know, normal. Okay, so that's the thing. So we're going to take that out. The other thing I want to show you is if you want to lock your device, so in case, you know, you have it in your pocket, you're afraid that you might accidentally, you know, hit the buttons, settings and things like that. You want to lock it, all you got to do is just press the firing button and the up button, and it says lock. Yeah, so now you press, it doesn't work. It says please unlock. To unlock, press the same thing again, the up button and the firing button together, hold it, and it says unlock. So now it's unlocked. You can make your adjustments. There you go. Alright, so this is the IPV D2. We're going to get back topside, vape on it, and I'll leave you with my 2 cents worth. So welcome back from the close-up, up close and personal with the IPV D2 right here from Pioneer for you, and it's time for you to give me my thoughts, my 2 cents worth, and we're going to start with the good stuff first. Before we tell you about the good things of this device, let me just take a quick vape and I'll be back with you again. Got it on temperature control with nickel builds. Nice. Alright, the first thing that I like about this IPV2 is the size and the weight of it. Small and also lightweight as well. Very handy. That's the attraction point for me. Put it in my pocket, run around, you know, in my work. I travel a lot from one place to another place. It's easy. I just put it in my pocket. That's it. Easy to carry around. So that's the first thing. Nice color as well to go with it. I love black. It's my favorite color, so my lucky day, I suppose. So this is the first one. Pioneer for you has come up with the black versions, and later on they will have the silver as well. So if you're into silver, just hang in there for a bit. I'm sure they're coming up with the silver in no time at all. So nice color, very sleek in black, and also stealthy looking as well. And also I did find out that they have accessories like, you know, those silicone covers, which is a very popular thing in Malaysia. A lot of people like to buy it because, you know, it comes in all sorts of different colors, and you can mix and match it with your, you know, clothings and things like that. I mean, vape vanity is a big thing. So, you know, those silicone covers, they come in blue, black, orange, yellow, and even pink for the ladies, and it'll help you protect the device as well. Besides that, power mode to 75 watts is enough for me. At work, I normally don't carry drippers, and I don't do sub-ohms and things like that. I just have like probably a 0.8, between 0.8 and 1.2 ohm coil on a tank, and that's it. I go around vaping. So 75 watts is way more than enough with an 18650 battery for the day for me. So great stuff. Temperature control in joules mode for nickel builds and also titanium as well. And speaking of nickel builds, I know there's been a lot of talk lately about, you know, the safety concerns of using nickel wire. If you're apprehensive with using nickel wire, well, just don't use it. You know, you have an option right now with the IPV2 to go for titanium, and titanium is gaining popularity with vapors, okay? So, but do educate yourself on using titanium wire before you start building those coils, all right? Nickel wire, if in doubt, leave out. That's the best thing to do. So 2 options, titanium and nickel for temperature control on this device. Easy to use menu settings, very, very easy. Just go in there. You saw it in the close-ups, no complications at all. Nothing too complicated, very simple. Okay, all right now let's get into the cons. Any cons? The only gripe that I have actually is the ohm jump, which we've seen in the close-up. I lock my resistance in at 0.17 and all that. The minute I hit the firing button and start vaping, it jumps up to 0.25 or 0.28. It's all over the place, but it never comes back down to what you've actually set it for. So that's my only concern. But that said, you know, despite that, when I vape on it, I still get flavor, I still get vapor, so I don't know what's happening. So it could be a problem with the chip. Maybe Yihi has got to fix that problem in there. Let's take a vape right now. See, I still get a vapor, no problem. The flavor is there, and it's reading at 0.28 ohms. Excuse me. So that is the only thing that I'm concerned about. Other than that, something I also just realized through observation that when I pick up the mod, you know, I want to use it, and sometimes I just squeeze it and the cover just slides down like that. Okay, so just be careful of that. Squeeze it and it comes down like that. What I do is I put my index finger right on top, you know, of the device, and that prevents it from sliding down all the time, and then your thumb is just at the firing button and you vape. So nothing major about it, but other than that, this thing performs fine for me. I'm good with it. Okay, all right, so a lot of you might be thinking, or you know, I get this question all the time, which one should I buy? Do I buy the IPV2 or buy this model or that model? You know, you want comparisons. Well, don't take my word for it. You know, you know, I would suggest you just check around other reviews. There are so many other reviews out there. I'm just your friend sharing a device with you, telling you, hey, this is something new that's come out, you know. So do check out other reviews as well. There's something I might have missed out, and after that, you know, make a decision on your own, because it can be very personal, you know, when it comes to designs and things like that, size for the matter. It's all a personal preference. So do check it out, check out other reviews, and then make the decision. Pay. Price point, for the price, well, I think it's value for money. Let's get to the price right now, where to get it and how much. For my Malaysian friend vapors out there, I found out 2 places that definitely will carry it, and I'm sure a lot of other places carry this device as well, so look around. But just to give you the heads up, Vape Empire Malaysia, they've got like 40 over outlets all over Malaysia. They're all over the place right now, East and West Malaysia as well, especially if you're in the eastern part of Malaysia, in Kota, Kinabalu, or in Kuching. Well, they do have Vape Empire Malaysia outlets there as well, and they're retailing it for 270 ringgit. On top of that, they throw in a battery, 18650 high drain battery for you, which is the LG HE2 or the Samsung 25R, so whichever. Okay, both of them are quality batteries, high drain. And the other place that's also selling it is West Malaysia. All the way down south is Vapor COD, or otherwise also called Apple Pie. They have 2 or 3 outlets down south in JB. If you're from down south, go look them up. 280 ringgit. But this one, I'm not sure if they're throwing in a battery. You can always speak to Ken. I think he owns the place, so Ken will, you can negotiate with him. All right, so 2 places in Malaysia. Like I said, there are also other outlets that's retailing this as well. In America, I googled up and found out My Vapor Store carries this for $47.95 US, and Vapor DNA for $49.99 US. So you can look it up. And also in America, I'm sure everywhere is selling the IPV devices. They're quite popular actually. So there you go. That's about it for me. One more vape, we'll call it a wrap. Ah, sweet. So until I talk to you again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Have a great day, and remember, in the words of Vaping with Twisted 420, as long as you're not going back to the stinkies, that's a big thumbs up for you. All right, take care, be good, bye for now.